Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the amortizing of a mortgage. And so we're just going to lightly skim the surface of certain aspects of a mortgage. And then later in the course, you guys are going to do a full research project to learn more about it. But right now, this is what we're going to talk about in relation to the calculations that we've been doing so far. So under Canadian law, interest on mortgages can be compounded at most semi-annually. That means twice a year. However, mortgage payments are often made monthly. These monthly payments form an annuity whose present value is the principal originally borrowed. Since the payment period and compounding period are different, we cannot calculate the monthly payment on a mortgage by using the formula for present value of an ordinary simple annuity. We use the TVM solver instead to represent monthly payments and semi-annual compounding. Okay, so our payments per year is going to be 12 because we're paying monthly, but our compounding periods is only going to be 2 because the most that the interest rate can be compounded is semi-annually. So the Kafirmas take out a mortgage of $210,000 at 5% per year compounded semi-annually for 25 years. What is their monthly payment? Okay, so our number of payments, N, is our 25 years times our monthly payments, which is 12. So our N is 300. Our interest rate is the 5%. Our present value is the mortgage amount that we are taking out, so the $210,000. We're figuring out what our monthly payment is, so this is what we want to solve for. Our future value is when our mortgage is paid off, so that'll be $0. And like we said before, we're having a monthly payment, so payments per year is 12. Our compounding is semi-annually, which is 2. Okay, so putting all of this into a TVM solver. And we're going to solve for our monthly payments, which is $1,221.30. Okay, so question B is asking, what is the total interest paid over the 25 years? So we know that we're making monthly payments of the $1,221.30, and we make 300 of those payments. So that's 300 times $1,221.30. And this is 366,000 Okay, so sorry, there we go. That's $366,390. So that's the total amount that we're going to pay in that 25 years. So the total interest is going to be that amount subtract what the initial mortgage that we took out is. So the 366,390 minus the 210,000, we are left with $156,390, and that's the interest that we're paying over the 25 years. Okay. So a mortgage is amortized when both the principal and interest are paid off with a series of equal regular payments. For example, the mortgage in example 1 was amortized by making monthly payments of $1,221.37 over an amortization period of 25 years. To simplify the math, we assumed that the interest rate is fixed for the entire amortization period. So in reality, mortgage interest rates are fixed for a shorter length of time, called the term of a mortgage. Okay, so that means our interest rate will not stay the same over the 25 years, even though we assumed it would in the question. In general, the interest rates can range, or the term for those can range from 6 months to 10 years. So that's how long the interest rate would stay the same. At the end of the term, the mortgage must be paid off or renewed at the current rate of interest. Okay, so depending how long you have your fixed interest rate for is your term, and at the end of your term, you have to renew it at the next interest rate that's available. Where in our calculations, we had the same interest rate the entire time. Okay. So we can use an amortization table to analyze how a mortgage is repaid. The table gives a detailed breakdown of the interest and principal paid by each payment and the loan balance after the payment. Okay, so we're going to look at the table here and answer a few questions. So A, how much interest and principal is paid in the fifth payment? So looking at the table, we have our payment number. So we're going down to the fifth payment here, and it's asking us how much the interest was there, which is the $860.12. And the principal there is the $361.25. Okay, so circling those payments there. And then it's also asking how much they still owe after this payment. And that's the outstanding balance, so this value here. Okay, so our interest is the $860.12. The principal is $361.25. And the amount that they still owe is the $208,208.55. Okay, question B is asking what the outstanding balance is after 6 months. So our outstanding balance at the end of 6 months. So 6 months, we're making a payment every month. So we're looking at that payment number 6 and looking at the outstanding balance there. Okay, so the outstanding balance after 6 months is this one here. So that's $207,000, $845.81. Okay, and question C, compare the interest and principal paid in the first 6 months of the mortgage with the interest and principal paid in the last 6 months of the mortgage. What do you notice? So what we see in the first 6 months, the interest is around the between $850 and $870. Okay, so we'll say that's around the 860 mark. And our principal looking at that is this piece here. And here we're around the $360 mark. Now when we look at the last 6 months, we notice that our interest paid is a lot smaller. So for the last 6, our interest we can say is around $20, and our principal, so we're going to notice that our principal is a lot higher where our interest is a lot lower. So our principal is around the $1,200 mark. Okay, so in the first months of you paying your mortgage, you're paying a lot of interest and not as much principal. And then at the end of your mortgage, you're done paying that interest and you're just paying the principal at that point. Okay, the principal is the amount you're paying off of the mortgage. So that's what we see here. We had the mortgage, the amount we borrowed being the $210,000, and the principal, once you add all those up, that is the mortgage amount that was borrowed. Okay, so the mortgage amount and the principal are the same thing. How much is borrowed? Okay. So our monthly payment at the end, we are actually paying the $366,411.25, and the amount of that's interest is the $156,411.25, and like we said before, the original amount borrowed was the $210,000. So you guys will be getting a worksheet to be working on amortizing tables, and you're going to be changing certain values. So whether it is your interest rate you're changing, your principal that you're starting with, the monthly payments, you're going to be changing those different values and see what the results are of that. Let me know if you need any help.